If you've ever asked yourself, how can I get the swing and the golf game that I've always imagined without trying every tip, every training aid, watching every video after video on social media, then this podcast is for you. Welcome. I'm Daniel Guest, and welcome to the Imagine Golf podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Imagine Golf and PXG. All right, good afternoon. It is for Friday, 4 left. Still hitting the ball a little bit left, positively left though. So little baby draw about probably 5 or 6 feet to the right, and then coming back without crossing the line for almost all my clubs except my longer clubs. My driver's still hooking a little bit on me, but there you have it. So look, today is where we give you a tip, a tool, a strategy, something you could take to the course immediately and implement without really changing anything. And we do that in 4 minutes or less, starting now. Well, look, today's title is really simple. It's the living room drill. It's a drill that's going to save you 5 strokes if you do this. I guarantee it. All right. I guarantee it. How do I know? Because I've given this drill out a million times over the last decade, and everyone comes back with the same. Man, I can't believe that's so easy. I can't believe I didn't think of that on my own. I wish I'd have done it sooner. You know, all the stereotypical things. So look, it's a simple drill and it's a simple concept. If you can't putt, you can't play your best. That's it. Drop the mic. If you can't putt, you can't play your best. And if you're hitting more than 30, 31 putts, you're not putting well, right? So, and most people that I talk to tell me, or blame it, I should say, more on green reading. I can't read greens, Daniel. And yeah, I don't buy it. All right. I think our eyes are all set up relatively the same. Our vision is clearly different. I get that. But you can see undulation, right? So, and it's when I do playing lessons, it's rarely the fact that people can't read the green. It's more about speed. It's more about the off center hits on their putter, right? So, just when you said it out loud, if you worked on nothing but that speed and more center strikes, and the two are correlated for sure, you'll be a better putter, right? So it's the middle of December here in the Northeast. It's freezing cold. It's like 19 degrees here, right? And for a lot of people in the Northeast and across the country, your clubs are in the garage, your clubs are in the clubhouse, your clubs are in your trunk. You get the point, right? You're not playing a lot of golf, but that doesn't mean your golf game is time to hibernate. Right? Right? So what I want you to do is I want you to get some type of gate go. Oh, first of all, find a flat spot in your house, right? And preferably it's on some type of short carpet. It doesn't have to be super short. It could be your traditional pile carpet, whatever that looks like, right? And, it should be probably 10 feet in length, right? It could be 8 feet, but 10 feet would be ideal. And I want you to get some type of gates. And what I mean by that is I think we've all seen the drill. Tiger made it infamous, I should say, where he puts his putter on the ground. He takes 2 tees, puts one at the heel and the other at the toe, and he swings that putter through that gate, if you would, right? So if you're indoors, get anything, right? I like to use coins, right? Get 50 pennies or 50 dimes or whatever. You put them in those paper, wrappers, if you would, and get 2 sets of those, or 2 of those, right? Makes a set. And do the same thing as we just talked about that Tiger does or did, and that everyone does now, by the way, and put it on either side of your putter head, right? Give yourself a little bit of room, right? And that's your gate. That if you're using coins, that's your coin gate, right? I've seen people do it. I'm 60 years old. I've seen people in the past do it with cassettes, all right? You can do it with 2 iPhones. I've seen people do that, right? I wouldn't recommend that, but I've seen people do that. Anything that's going to give you a gate, right? And this is going to help you build a repeatable stroke and an repeatable impact position without any high-tech simulator or special mat or, a special device, all right? It's simply a gate drill that you're going to do all winter long, right? So you set it up in your house, right? and hopefully you can leave it there. If you can't leave it there, you just pick up the coins and put them on a table next to you, or whatever. You get the point, right? And your homework is to grab your putter, grab your gates, and do at least 20 to 50 a day. Think about what I just said, 20 to 50 a day. If you did that, right, for the winter, let's just call it 90 days, right? 90 times 50 is a lot. Right? You would get better, right, at your positioning of the strike. You would get better at finding the center. You would get better at understanding the positions, meaning you're hitting the ball more off the toe, more off the heel. You're hitting it thin. You're hitting it, you know, the putter head's not traveling consistently. You would get better at all of that, right? And here's what you wouldn't get better at: green reading. And it wouldn't even matter because that's rarely the actual problem, right? So let's work on your speed this winter, okay? Let's work on center strike and your start line control. And I can guarantee you it'll knock off 5 strokes on your handicap. Guaranteed, right? So there it is. There's the podcast. All right, that's all I got today. Give it a shot. If you liked it, hit the like button below. If you liked it a lot, send it to people that you know. That's how the podcast grows. And here's to getting you the swing and the game that you've always had. Hey, Daniel here. If you're looking to get new clubs, you need to consider PXG. And I know what you're thinking. PXG is too expensive, or I'm not good enough to get fitted for clubs. And look, I'm here to tell you that neither is true. PXG is no more expensive than any of the top manufacturers out there, and everyone and anyone will benefit from getting fitted for clubs. And here's the best part. It's literally free. That's right. Getting fit at PXG is free. So when you're ready to get a new driver, new woods, new irons, or even a new putter, simply let me know and I'll help you get the swing and the game you've always imagined with a new set of clubs from PXG.